Good afternoon. This is Linda. Some years ago, I was excited to invite the Lord to come to prayer meeting. We were meeting at a Wednesday night at a church in the library. We'd set our chairs in a circle and we would pray for one another and pray for the needs that others had given. Early that morning when I woke up, I was so excited to invite the Lord to come to prayer meeting. I kept saying, Jesus, will you come? Lord, will you come to the circle tonight? Lord, will you be there? Will you be with us? And as the day wore on, I got more and more excited because I expected him to come. Now, this isn't something I'd ever asked him before to do, but I wanted to see him and I wanted him to come. I wanted to be with him in that circle. As I got to the church, we all got into the library, and I had forgotten that I had asked the Lord to come. But as we began to enter into prayer, something drew my attention up, and my eyes opened, and I looked, and sure enough, coming down the hall was the Lord, and he was smiling at me. He opened the door to come through into the library. And as he walked around the circle, he made his way to me. He rested his hands gently on my shoulders. I was in no way prepared for the love that was just about to bombard me and overtake every part of my being. As he touched me, it was like the warmth of the perfect temperature in a warm and soothing bath. But what was pouring over me and into me was his love. Was complete comfort, peace, rest, soothing, love, tangible within every part of my being. And as I felt this incredible love, I began to weep. I was overwhelmed at his love. It was completely mind-blowing. I'd never experienced anything like that. And as I began to cry, people in the circle were opening their eyes and looking at me because my tears became sobs. I could not contain what I was feeling, the love that I was feeling, and the depth of my sorrow about different things in my life. It was like a fountain coming up, just streams of cry and sob and trying to hold back, but I could not hold back. And as I looked others in the circle, I said, Lord, in my heart to Jesus, why did you come? And he said, because you invited me. And then I realized that no one else was being touched by his marvelous presence. And I said, Lord, they don't know you're here. And he said, no. And I said, why? Why don't they know you're here? He said, because they weren't looking for me. And then I realized the Lord of life can stand beside someone and they don't know that he's there because they're not looking, they're not interested. They didn't care. They had their own life, their own agenda, and everything that was all about them and nothing about him. And then he said to me, tell them that I love them. Tell them that I want them to know me as I am, not as what they thought, not as what someone has said, but I want them to know me personally. Tell them I long for them to come to me, to cry out to me, to desire me. I love them, everyone. He said, tell them. And then he lifted his hands, stood behind me for just a second, then walked back around the circle and went out the door that he had just come through. He walked down the hall, smiling at me. That encounter was mind-blowing. It was awesome. It was incredible. It took me several minutes to calm down, for my sobs to subside, for my tears to finally stop. And I sat thinking, Jesus came because I asked him to come. He came to me because I asked him to come. He changed my life when he came to me in the library in that way.